Croatia is a fantastic sporting country that is fanatical about their soccer and basketball. They've had many NBA stars exported to America, and as a soccer nation, they first emerged on the scene in the late 90s after getting independence from the former Yugoslavia, and in their first World Cup tournament, they came third in France and were ranked third in the world. And who, of course, were runners-up in the World Cup in Russia in spectacular fashion. This is a country of just 5 million people that is a production line of great talent that even today they have players at the top teams in Europe, such as Luka Modric at Real Madrid. It's a testament to the great soccer pedigree of Croatia. Now, back in the days when they were part of the former communist Yugoslavia, they had fantastic presence in the Yugoslav League, especially with their top two teams, Hajduk Split and Dinamo Zagreb. Since the breakup of Yugoslavia, obviously the league has been diluted. There's not as many teams, not as much competition, but the top two teams remain Dinamo Zagreb and Hajduk Split. Dinamo is the more successful team in the capital city of Zagreb. They're a regular participant in the European Champions League, more so than Hajduk Split. There's also other great clubs like Rijeka, which is near the Italian border, who in recent years have had great successes domestically and in Europe. The great thing about Croatia is it is a very heavily scouted league by countries all over Western Europe. The Croatian national team is a regular participant in the World Cup and European Cups, and teams in Western Europe will keep an eye on any emerging talent within Croatia, whether you're Croatian or not. There's actually more Croatians living outside of Croatia in Canada, the USA and Australia, so a lot of these players end up going back and starting their professional career in Croatia. So if you have Croatian heritage, you'll definitely be of interest to a Croatian team. But even if you haven't, Croatia has a great connection to the US. Like I said, they've sent a lot of NBA players this way, like Toni Kukoc and Drazen Petrovic. The top tier Prva Liga, or First Division, has 10 professional teams, and there's also another 12 in the second league. There's also a third tier and obviously lower tiers, but unless you're of Croatian descent and are going there and living with relatives, it's not going to be financially viable. Livability-wise, Croatia is one of the most beautiful countries in the world, and a country that I partly grew up in as my parents are Croatian, so I know the landscape very well. The people are amazing and very accepting of foreigners, so if you have an opportunity, cultivate it in Croatia, even if you're not of Croatian descent, because in recent years there's been players from other parts of the world, such as Africa, that have gone to Croatia and established themselves as great professionals. Obviously, this is a country that went through a terrible war, but I've been there many times since, but it's very far removed in terms of the livability aspect today.